Recording just starting now, and good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Today is Wednesday, June 3rd. As far as the economic calendar, a few minutes ago at 8:15, we had a 3-star importance over here. Non-farm employment change was a green print, not sure it really affected much. And then at 10 a.m., we've got Global Services PMI. And then 10:15, is that right? Other 3-star importance numbers here. So we'll look at them a little bit closer to 10 a.m. As far as what we need to know before the market opens, stock futures are mixed. Everything's going up and down. A lot of unknowns as far as oil is concerned. We had a couple of earnings yesterday. Palo Alto Networks, PanW had earnings, and that's about it. That's pretty much all I'm looking at this morning. As far as earnings that are scheduled, we've got Broadcom after the close today, as well as CrowdStrike. So here we go. It is 9:30. The market is opened. We do not see massive spikes or liquidity being taken out in any direction yet. And I will bring up my smaller screen, which is not that one. Too many screens open. There we go. Let's start with MNQ. So I'm on the 5-minute. MNQ is at highs again. So yesterday we made it to, I just want to make sure that so we are at all-time highs still. Yesterday during the open, made it all the way up to all-time highs, and then the market closed at 5, and then at 6, we came back down. I hadn't learned on MES that I will ignore for now. And now we are back up to these highs. So at this point, the only thing that I see is a possible breakout and retest, or if we reject these levels during the open session. And for me to reject, it would have to put in a Kangaroo Tail rejection, or if it rejects hard, then I would catch the retest on the rejection with my fibs. MES, we were selling this morning, so I put on some fibs over here. I wanted to see what would happen at this level, and I am not going to trade in the first half hour, so I wanted to see if this golden zone would hold up, and it is not holding up. Therefore, I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to see what happens over here. So MNQ is at all-time highs, but MES is not. So a little bit of non-correlation there. So we'll see, is MES going to try to catch up and make its way up to the same levels as MNQ? Don't know. We'll see. Gold just chopping around here, was putting in some support over here. This was a higher time frame area of support that I had mapped out. It did start buying at this point, but now it's just chopping around here. So we'll see what happens here. And MCL made new highs. So this was an area of resistance. We broke out of it yesterday. Let's put a level there. Why it's not allowing me to horizontal line, Alt-H. Yeah, the Alt-H was not working. Well, now it does. All right. So this was an area of resistance. We came out and through it. Did not really hold as support, but later on in the session, it did hold as support. So price is there right now. So it'll be interesting to see what happens at this level. M2K had that massive move yesterday, right at the open. Let's zoom in here. So we had this big move up yesterday, and then a retrace, and then continuation up. Hit an area of resistance over here, and now it's pulling back to the open level from yesterday. So it'll be interesting to watch this over the next little while. MYM also had a massive move up, pulled back the entire distance, and then the buyers stepped in again. This was a higher time frame area of resistance. I'm going to leave it there because we did shop around there quite a bit in pre-market. And I am going to leave this level here as well because it does seem to be a higher time frame area of support. So I don't know if anybody else is looking at anything. I'm not really interested in much right now. Wait for the first half hour to print. This liquidity sweep up here is very, very interesting. And I do not have a trade book to trade this, but if it does turn into a downtrend, then I would, because I've got no room to get into this, I would print a fib starting from the top, and let's see if we can come back in here. A fib from the high to here, right? From there to here, we punched right through it, but any candle that looks like this absolutely looks like a liquidity sweep, right? Taking out liquidity above here, and then, you know, the buyers just are stuck up here and they have to get out. So everybody's selling. CVD is looking very bearish as well. I am curious to see if I bring it down to around here, if this were to be where we'd start reversing, the 50 would be right around yesterday's high, or yesterday's close, I should say. Could be very interesting. So let's see what happens. Too early to tell right now. There's a battle going on between the buyers and the sellers. If anybody has questions or comments, please don't hesitate. Even on the 1 minute, was there an entry given on the 1 minute? Right. Maybe getting in once we broke this low here, but that's not the way that I would get in. What's going on with the Qs? Qs put in that same liquidity sweep. SPY, very similar, but SPY did not take out liquidity, right? It's just a big, actually, it's a trendy kangaroo because the short-term trend is down. So we came back up here. Hopefully the buyers stepping in, trying to be hopeful, and then all of a sudden, no, the rug is pulled under them, and down it goes. Will, what are you looking at? And I need to go in there and there you go. There we go. Does anybody trust this? Anybody trust this candle here to buy? All right, it's a little bit too early for me, but if we start selling, right at this candle right over here. That's where we start selling, and this is where we're reversing. Right? But these massive candles here, they do not give me an entry. There's nowhere to put a stop with something like that. So it's still too volatile. There will be other chances a little bit later on. So up to Asia low, 100%. Let's see where Asia low. Not quite on MNQ. How about MES? MES, Asia is way up there. There's quite the difference there. So this is Asia low over here. Right? Are we going to get back down there? That's what I'd like to see. This was what I was really looking at. And if I were to trade this early, this would have been a short right here. Stop above here. And 3R. And 3R cannot be reached over here. So I would not take this. What's going on here? Oh, trying to take something out there. Well, that's what I'm going to take out. Look at how it went right to no, it went to the 50 and rejecting. So let's see what happens. Sorry, Brian, I don't know what you mean 100% on the too big.
Too big of candles to be
Oh,
trying to find risk for that entry long that you were talking about at the bottom.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you for specifying. Yeah, it's anything. That's why I don't trade the first 30 minutes anymore. I used to, and it's there was a time where it was hard to avoid it. Now it's once you realize that there's so many of these setups that happen after this, then I'm done donating money to the market in the first 30 minutes. I'll sometimes take one in the first after the first 15 minute has printed, but I often reread it. Right? Where this is price discovery. We're trying to see where the big players are going. Right? Are they going to be buying? Are we going to find buyers at premium over here? Right? Or if we have a lot of difficulty finding buyers, then the market makers and the algos need to go find buyers lower. And by that, we might be going down here. And by selling, once we're at all-time highs here, if the people that bought way the heck down here, if they're feeling that we are going down, then a little bit of panic comes into play. So they start selling and taking profits, which pushes prices down. And then the shorts start coming in, and which pushes prices down until we reach some big buyers that are saying, okay, now this is at a good price again. This is at a discount, and they start getting in and pushing price up again. Right. So on a macro level, that's what's happening. But day in and day out, right? Higher, higher, higher. Another higher day, another higher day, another higher day. At some point, there's going to be a pullback, right? going to get rid of some of these. And these notes, I'm going to leave them there because if for something else, I can look at NQ instead to get rid of all the drawings. There you go. Get rid of this as well. I mean, this is an incredible move up. And at some point, I would expect a bit of a pullback. I don't know when it's going to happen. And if it were to pull back, this would be one of the first levels I'd be looking at for a higher time frame type of trade. Then over here, then possibly over here. And then this, I'm assuming, would be a very strong area of support. Are we going to pull back there? Who knows? We could. How much of a move would that be? From there to there, that would be 14%. Right? That would be quite the pullback. It wouldn't happen in one candle. I guess it could, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to start seeing, a bit of a pullback here, maybe a couple percentage. Again, not trading or investing advice, just how my brain works when I see, this massive move here. It could go up another 10 candles before it starts pulling back. But the markets do not go up in a straight line. Well, this is pretty darn straight, though. Back to the 5. Zoom in there. There we go. All right, don't put too much of a big move on because then right, if it moves down so much, my golden zone becomes wider and wider. Hence, my stop, if I were to get in on the reload, stop gets much wider as well. And RVR becomes more difficult. MRVL, I believe they had earnings yesterday. Or do they have earnings later on? I might be wrong. When do they have earnings? I can't see it here. But Hamza was saying you were short on MRVL. Nice. MEQ is still dropping. Right? If you can get an entry on this, and I do know traders that would short this just on the spike above here because it is not necessarily likely. I'm looking for the right word. It is a possibility that we have trouble finding. And if you can see that we're having difficulty finding buyers up here, then shorting right from here and aiming for, even loading the boat and just aiming for a near target. Or I know traders that'll put this on and they'll leave it on for weeks. Right, hoping for that massive pullback. Something happening with NVIDIA. Big pullback. Yeah, there's no way I would go long on this. This is a higher time frame area This is the last or the most recent 5-minute fair value gap that seems to be closing over here. But that's a lot of selling over here. So I'd have to see, it would have to chop around here for a bit, right? And then possibly sweep down before the reversal, for me anyway.
Well, I wasn't expecting such a big move today. Well, not this quickly before the services PMI.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just closed everything. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, with a start like this, there's no room to get in here, right? We're just selling. So it might be a no trade day. Right? And that's okay too. I hate.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to be active during the London session, so I got the M2K.
Nice. The M2K short.
Yeah.
Over here. So, do you mind sharing when you got in, or where did you?
It was when the London low broke. My London low is a little bit different to yours. I do the cutoff when the New York, I think New York Eastern 8:30, when the news starts coming out. I cut the session off from there.
So around here.
It had like a flat bottom, and then it broke down from there.
Yeah,
just a little bit higher or something, I think it was.
Yeah, we have some consolidation over here, and then spike up, and then down. Was there? That was at the open at 9:30. Yeah, just a massive move down. That was the Asia open and close. Like, it was just in a very, very tiny zone. And then London could not make it above the Asia open. Right with this candle here. This is one that I was looking at here. It just looked like a sweep on MNQ. Was it MNQ or MES? I don't remember. I think it was MES.
When they do these flat wedge breakouts, and it's really tight like that, it's you don't even have to wait for a pullback a lot of the times.
As in the breakout and the retest?
No, so my entry was on the sorry, I don't know what time zone my trading view is set to. It's showing us 7:30 exchange hours, 7:30.
So possibly 8:30.
It's that candle there, basically.
Yeah.
When it did that double bottom before, and then it broke down from there, I just entered.
Yeah. Yeah. So at this point, do we just continue selling, or look at that pullback now? Again, I mean, even if it made it to the 50 right now, there's no way I'm taking this. I don't trust it.
I just took a long on copper as well. It blew past this ATR low, and it's been in an uptrend, so I'm just thinking mean reversion here.
Yeah. And right where it came to was a possible area here of resistance, then came down here, and it was the same level with support here. I'll put a level just so that, there we go. So this was resistance, blew past it, blew underneath it, then we blew above it, then it came down and retested this level. So
yeah, 650, I think it is, or something like that.
6, yep. And my line's at 649.95. So yes, it's 650. Yeah. Hey, hopefully this, you know what, this, even after all this selling, we could be, all these massive buyers are obviously strong. So anybody hoping to get that massive drop here, it just hasn't been happening. So quite the move in the first little bit. I'm gonna wait for the candles to get a little bit smaller for me. So we're looking to hold the gap for now. I don't want to give ATR low. Still in RTY. Hello, Evo.
Good morning, Jill. Hello, everyone.
Morning.
I've got a trade on Tesla via TSLL. I got in at 1478 during the second 5-minute candle. And just looking at the Tesla chart, I'm really aiming for 427.94. So I'm gonna try to hold this all the way through until that target, which corresponds with the SMA 200 on a 30-minute chart.
Yeah,
but right now we're trying to clear previous day high, so that's why.
Can you repeat the price that you're looking for?
So I'm trading TSLL, but I look at Tesla TSLA.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
If you look at Tesla's chart, on a 30-minute chart, 427.90, call it 428 is the SMA 200. So for me, that's the next obvious resistance level. So I'm holding everything for that level. So while I'm trading TSLL, I've got my eye on the TSLA 5-minute and 30-minute chart, but really I'm looking at the 30-minute because I think it wants to go there.
Yeah.
And then that's going to be my profit target. We'll see. Right now I'm at 2R, and we're just going to let it run and see what happens.
Yeah.
Just tightening up my stop as it goes up. I'm going to continue to tighten up my stop.
Yeah, and you got to de-risk.
Yep.
Awesome. These the M&Q, MES, there is some big movements here. Now we're starting to see the candles are a little bit better on MES. So from the selling right up here to here, this I'm liking a little bit better for the possibility of it pulling down some more. This is a higher time frame area of support. Not quite sure what time frame I had it on, that 30-minute. There you go. So this, but from the 50 here to try to make it down here is very possible. This right here, I could put a line, was an area of support and we blew past it, but it could just be holding as support. Right? We didn't have a candle close down below this and moving further. So I am going to look at what happens at the 50 here, especially that we're getting close to 10. I am not going to put a limit order in because these candles are pretty big. I'm just going to be looking at how price reacts to the 50, which is very close to yesterday's low. Right. MNQ.
Jill, I'm sorry, what's the news drop in a few minutes?
PMI, non-manufacturing PMI, I believe. Let me just go find the news here. Yeah, there you go. Economic calendar. In 1 minute, we have ISM non-manufacturing. Where is it? Right here. Non-manufacturing PMI.
I might be ready to bail on my trade if
Yeah,
or take profit now, at least 50% partial.
I did.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's not usually, and please don't use my comment as influence, but from my experience, and watch it, it'll be the opposite. But what is it? The non-manufacturing PMI often does not affect the market a great deal unless it's a huge different. So let's leave it on financial juice over here. Just curious, out of the people in here, does anybody pay for these services? Does anybody have the elite? I'm very curious. No, Brian.
I just use the Twitter. I follow them on Twitter.
Yeah. They say that it's delayed, but honestly, I don't know what the delay is because it seems very, very quick. Not quite 10 a.m. yet.
It's never going to be quicker than the news feeds that are connected to the Wall Street accounts. So
Yeah. You need a Bloomberg terminal for that. And
you need a direct cable connection.
yeah. So there you go. There's 10 a.m. I like looking at SPY for these. When you see it take its time and do nothing, it could be a nothing burger, or it could just be loading up like a rubber band and just take off. So be careful.
So the number was 54.5 compared to expected 53.8.
So it's coming in very close to in line, right?
It's just 1 point above.
Yeah.
So I think that's better than expected. So that's a good thing, right?
Come on, Bulls.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? We just know that it's done with now. So within a few minutes, the spreads will go back to normal.
We're so good. Let's see.
Yes. MES right at the 50. I should have done this before. MES, let's go with $100 risk and sell. So stop, put a wide stop on it. Over here, 2 or 3 contracts and take profit. I don't hate this this idea on MES. It did touch it, did not go in there. I'd prefer for it to go and touch the 75.95.
All right, let's go. There we go. Nice. All right, let's move north.
Still looking at Tesla.
Oh yeah, yeah. Looks it's moving up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's get some volume build here, but let's see what we're trying to overcome previous day high here. But we are slowly approaching that SMA 200 level on the 30-minute. Yeah, it's getting there. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll approach Monday's session high at the open, which would be about 429.60. Wow, we're really close there right now to the SMA. Very nice. Okay.
75.95.50. MNQ getting very close to my 50. I wouldn't mind seeing it spike into here and then reject for the continuation down. You got a lot of sellers in here. We're waiting for that number. Yes, it's green, but is it green enough? MNQ. Same thing, MNQ. I'd be going to the 2-minute. I'd like to see it come up here just sweep up here and then possibly move down. This would have to be there. Stop there. And that's pretty tight stop. 7 points, 6 points, 5 points actually, is it? 4 to 9, 5 points. Gold made its way down and just started buying from the, I think Tarek was saying that, from where we started selling to the bottom, right? We have to look after the candle, swept up. If it were to sell the low here, we don't have a candle that closed above 61.50, 61.8 again yet. It's swept up there. So if we see some selling up here or down here below 44.72.60, if we get a red candle, I mean, we could possibly be heading towards the lows again. MES.
Come on.
What's your target?
427.90 on Tesla. It's in, we got to 427.15, but let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's, I mean, this was, I don't know if you're seeing my screen here, but this was a previous area of resistance. So it doesn't mean it's going to resist or reverse from there, but it just might take a little bit of power, a little bit of momentum to get through here. Right on this day, for those wondering what I'm talking about here, on this day, we were selling at the open, and then we pulled back up, but could not make it beyond this level. And that's exactly where price is right now. So there's a bit of a fair value gap there. But if I were to draw a rectangle, this is where we would assume that we're just not going to breeze past it. Right? There are sellers over here, higher time frame sellers, that are trying to defend that area. So let's see what happens there. MES chopping around in here. If I was short from here, I would be losing confidence in my short because it's hanging around in there. Price is being accepted here. So I'm still not against shorting if it spikes up and rejects. Right, and I've got an alert there. I'm going to put one on MNQ as well. Actually, MNQ just did it. MNQ, I'm on the 2 minute. If this prints as a bearish 2 minute candle, it might continue selling, and MES might just follow along and not give me an entry. Actually, the entry was the limit entry right here, which would have been filled. I just don't like putting it on right when there's news, but the news doesn't seem to have affected the market too much. Over here, pulled into the 50. If this prints a 5 minute bearish candle, this might be an entry for the continuation lower. MES, that's a 5 minute here. Come on, Evil, will it up there.
Just come on, get up another $1 and I'll start taking my partials. I'm holding everything for this.
Good for you.
Usually what I like to see is that it punctures the simple moving averages. It'll Ideally, I want the 5-minute candle to close just above, and then boom, that's where I want to take profit. Let's see, we're inching there. Got about another 45 seconds.
Yeah, come and close at the highs and then make a new high, and then you're good. I mean, your R4 is very close to 430, so I would not be surprised to see it going from S4 to R4. But again, not trading advice.
No worries.
Yeah, no, I you know what, I have to keep saying it because what I do here is what I do. Right, I have my own analysis, and I'm just talking out of what it is that I'm doing. I know that you know that, Evo, and everybody else on here, but just CYA, not giving signal.
Here we go.
Nice punch up.
All right, I took about a third off there, and I'm going to watch very carefully to see what happens here.
And again, for my students, once we punch out of an area that could be resistance, it very often becomes support.
429.60 is my next target if it gets there.
Yeah.
Which would be the high of the session from Monday, the 1st.
Yeah, right there. 429.60. R4 is right there. It's very strong. Good trade.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, there's my alert. The high of this candle is a 94.50. If it sweeps up to 95, and then has trouble or rejects 95, then it might be an entry. So 95 was printed. Okay.
Nice. 430. That's a nice move.
50. 850.
Geez, I wonder if Tesla would go to 436. Holy smokes.
You got your target, right?
Well, yeah, I hit my targets. I still have about, I only took a third off, so I got 2/3 remaining, but I'm going to see how this 5-minute candle closes here. See if I see any signs of reversal, but definitely this 429.65 is the level.
In terms of market session on the Tesla, there's a gap from 435 to 428. You're about halfway through feeling that.
Mm-hmm. You said that 428 to 435?
Yeah. From Friday, 29th May to the open the following month on Monday. There's a
Yeah.
gap.
That's why I wonder if this may go to 436. So, and wow, you look at the 15-minute chart in Tesla, massive green candle, a lot of volume. So I'm just gonna try to trail my stop here and just let it run. Yeah, we're in a DeMark sequence 2 in the 15-minute chart on Tesla. Currently number 3 on the 15 minutes. So unless that breaks, this might run for a bit longer. Same on the 30-minute, we're in a DeMark, which is just a sequence indicator. Not in the 5-minute, but that looks good.
Yeah, I was just curious. Are you trailing your stop at your near your final target at this point, or
Excuse me.
like what your target was initially?
My initial target was 427.90, so I took off maybe
Third, you said, yeah.
I took off about about 20% there, and then I took off more at the session high on Monday the 1st, which was around 4, right kind of where we're at right now, 429.65. And yeah, I'm just kind of trailing my stop right now, and I want to just see on the 5-minute chart if we get signs of a reversal. So right now, we're kind of getting a shooting star formation on the 5-minute chart. So the fun may be over. So I'm going to look to sell some more here, I believe. We kind of had a shooting star there on Tesla. Let's see if it wants to reclaim it, or we're going to head south. But yeah, that's kind of how I'm trading it.
Yeah, on the 5-minute, Tesla put in another fair value gap. It's still, I mean, anything can happen, but it's definitely not showing signs of reversal yet.
Yeah.
MES, can you come and close below the 50? Below 93.50.
Much.
Come on, Tesla. Be good
Yeah,
to
it's just,
be good to evil.
huh?
I said be good to evil.
Thank you.
Sorry, evil. I just heard somebody say Ivo. What do you prefer?
Evo.
Evil. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Evil.
But no, thank you. Because I had a rough week last week, as you know, Joe.
Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, we walk away, take a breather, and come back stronger. MES, can you give me a 2-minute bearish candle and then break the low of that bearish candle? Six seconds. Close near the bottom, maybe? No, just indecision. Make some new lows and then close below and then make a new low. I don't like this. It just printed below. Definitely in a zone here. A little bit of a battle going on. I'm looking at MES for an entry. We get a bearish candle and then a break of a bearish candle. Oh, there's a dip there. Now with that dip, if it makes a new high, if it closes then makes a new high, then I wouldn't be surprised if we break these highs. Right, when it sweeps like that, it smells like a liquidity sweep for the stops below here. So if it closes and then starts making new highs, then I would not be willing to short.
We've got crude oil in 10 minutes. If anybody is trading oil.
10:30. Yeah, thank you. I think we're expecting inventories to go down. I don't know what they're. There you go. There's a fair value gap down there. Can we make new lows? What is MNQ doing? MNQ came up to the top of the range. If I were to stop it right there. Yeah.
Hey, Tarek, did you short Microsoft?
No, I was looking on the daily for a break and retest. Maybe I'll sell some cash secured puts.
Oh, you're looking to go long?
Yeah,
Yeah. I was going to say it looks like a good spot for like a mean reversion trade to the upside. Not yet though. I'll see it maybe go sideways a bit more.
when I was looking at this 431 on the daily, this is where it broke out from.
Yeah,
So let's
see it.
hours. If it holds, I might sell some puts like 406 or 400.
Yeah. What? How come it's been gapping down last few days?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
The Microsoft has been putting in some heavy downside gaps as well.
Yeah, I don't know why.
See if there's anything on the calendar. It's hard to follow the news on something like Microsoft because there's literally a new article every 1 hour. So if you're going back a few days,
On this financial juice, they're saying that the market, the Bitcoin market now is extreme fear. So if they're right, that should
People
be.
tell me you're still in there. Sorry, Tarek.
What's that?
Are you still in there?
Oh yeah. I got
Awesome.
2/3 of my position left. That looks like on Tesla, our next potential level of resistance is around 433.50.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you're
I'm really
trailing.
trying. Huh?
You're trailing your stop.
More or less, yeah. And I'm just looking for any signs of reversal in the 5-minute chart. But
Yeah.
yeah, 433.50 and then 436, 437. So
Awesome. Sorry, Tarek. I think I cut you off there.
No, it's okay. I'm just saying what's on the news on the financial juice. Bitcoin is extreme fear now.
Yeah, I was looking at Bitcoin this morning, and it's going down. I don't trade Bitcoin. I do not trade Bitcoin futures, but I do look at it. and definitely on the downtrend. Right? Look at this.
I took a short on NVTS.
BTS, it had been, was that on news?
I don't know.
There was a big run up. I mean, pre-market.
Yeah, it's been going up for a long time on the daily as well.
Yeah.
And today it seems to have gapped up. It's done like 2 times its ATR. So I just figured it'd be a nice mean reversion trade.
Yeah.
Similar to MRVL.
Nice. Thanks for sharing. Those are definitely some big on the 30-minute here. There's a lot of wicks to the top side. 5-minute, yeah, 5 minutes just crazy bullish and then crazy bearish. So
Yeah, so once it did those big 2 5-minute candles, I just waited for the pullback and I got my entry around 32.25.
32.25. Nice. Putting in a 5-minute fair value gap now. Actually, it hasn't printed yet. It's just on this candle. Oh, thanks, Will. Thanks for sharing and thanks for posting it.
Oops. I exited out accidentally on my Tesla position.
Oh no.
I mean, I saw that big shooting star, so I wanted to take profit, but I wanted to leave a little left on the table to run. Oh well.
That's okay. They can't all be home runs.
That was a really good trade. That was a nice one. So but yeah, I wanted to leave just maybe about 25% left to run. Thank you. Hey, at least I didn't like accidentally short it, right? You ever do that?
Oh yeah. No, so everything that can happen, I've done. Trust me. Every mistake in the book.
Simple thing to do: press the red button, press the green button. Know which one to press.
Yeah. I honestly, what has helped for me is just not having my hands on the mouse. Right, just putting in the order, getting the hand away, and because it's happened to me that you're waiting for, especially when I was trading earnings. Your hands on the mouse, and then you click it, and it's like, oh shit, I just got into a position and learned a while ago that if you get into something, unless it's going in your direction right away, you better just get out. Get out and replan. So, but when you sell, when you're holding a position, there's not much you can do. Obviously you're not going to get back in.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's going down now, Evo, so it's good timing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just kind of my plan, is to let it ride, and then my 5-minute chart is the primary chart. I'll look at higher time frames, but I'm looking for some sort of sign of reversal on the 5-minute. So I'm never going to kiss the top, all right? And I'm okay with that, but by kind of using that strategy, I can kind of let it breathe and let it run and let it go where it wants to go. So we had a shooting star in the 5-minute with a lot of volume. So we might be pulling back to VWAP or who knows where. Actually, VWAP would be right around the golden zone. You get that, Joe?
I didn't draw it yet, but I wanted to bring your attention to that candle that swept up, right? That's the Kangaroo Tail, right? That's a kangaroo. It closed green, and it's got a little bit of a wick. However, it is right below R4, and R4 is definitely an area of selling. So I would not be aiming for the lows over here. This might just be a pullback. Right, and this is where I said there could be a pullback. Undo that. And as far as fibs are concerned, we started buying, then we pulled back, and then we started buying again over here. So I would actually start it right over here. And the 50 is right around that zone. So it might come into the R3 area here and possibly bounce from there.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't so bad that I made the mistake and just exited out fully right around there. So I don't know.
I'm still looking at MES here. I'm not convinced that it wants to go higher. M2K. Oh, 1030. M2K is definitely making new highs. That's interesting. But anyway, with that, it's 10:30. I'm going to walk away. I'm going to, obviously the room remains open, and I'll be back tomorrow. All right. Cheers. Nice sharing with you guys today.
Awesome. Thank you, Jill.
Okay. Cheers. Have a great day.
Adios.
All right. See you later, everyone.